Well, the latest developments that are coming in from the Congress versus Congress battle that we've been tracking is that Ambika Soni has now asked for disciplinary action to be taken. The Congress letter writers say take action against us immediately, but we will still remain in the Congress party. So this is the big development that's coming in. Ambika Soni has asked for disciplinary action to be taken against the top leaders who have written that letter. The leaders on their part, sources are telling us, have come out and said that you can take all the action against us you want and take it immediately, but we are going to stay in the Congress party. Sunil Prabhu is joining us with the very latest on this story. Sunil, what's happening? Ambika Soni says disciplinary action should be taken. The letter writers say do what you will, we'll stay put in the Congress.
That's right. In fact, they have been quite firm to say that they have been in the party right from Indira Gandhi's time, Sanjay Gandhi, then Rajiv Gandhi, then of course during the Narasimha Rao period as well as Sitaram Kesari, and then subsequently Sonia Gandhi. They also point out that they make it clear in that letter that there are 3 paragraphs which support the Congress party. Nearly half that letter attacks the BJP. And so it's in that context that they say that these people have worked, be it Mr. Mukul Wasnik, be it Mr. Anil Sharma, be it for that matter Ghulam Nabi Azad. They have given their life and blood for the Congress party and been in the forefront of taking on the BJP-led RSS as well as Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah on the floor of the House. And it's in that context that they say that if you want to take disciplinary action, please do take immediate action. But we are quite firm and quite clear that we stand by what we have written and we are basically looking at the Congress party's survival and how it can be revived at the grassroots level.
Right. Sunil, also, bring our viewers up to speed this evening. There's a whole furor over Rahul Gandhi allegedly saying that the letter writers have colluded with the BJP, something that now has been denied by the Congress party as well. But at the same time, this is emerging as a sticking point. What do you foresee happen now? What's likely to happen in the next coming few hours?
Well, you've asked me a lot of questions, so I'll take the first part. That is, of course, that the media did misreport, and we have a pliant media at that for having not cross-checked, and we lack that accountability. But having said that, the fact that Rahul Gandhi, certain remarks have been attributed to him, it was unfortunate. He himself reached out on that phone, clarified to Mr. Kapil Sibal to make it clear after there was an angry retort from Mr. Kapil Sibal, who said he has given his life not once in the last 30 years as he attacked the BJP to show any collusion, that he and his family have been persecuted, getting income tax notices, and yet they have stood by Rahul Gandhi on the floor of the House, outside Parliament, to support them. He, of course, later withdrew that tweet, but this, of course, shows the sign of Rahul Gandhi reaching out to the Congress leaders, the breaking or the thawing of the ice in terms of after that letter has been written, a very positive sign. Having said that, Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad himself personally calling me up later on, a little bit after an hour after speaking to me, he tweets to clarify those remarks, very categorically saying that he didn't offer to resign. It was in a different context altogether, attributing to certain Congress colleagues who were saying that they were in collusion with the BJP, and that's how he clarified. It's in that context that he had asked them to prove the allegations, otherwise he's ready to quit the Congress party. And he made it very clear again, this is after a conversation with Rahul Gandhi, that Rahul Gandhi nowhere alleged that they were colluding with the BJP. So we've had a little bit of misreporting by the media, and of course there's no accountability, but nevertheless the fact is that they have clarified. Rahul Gandhi reaching out, making those points. These are highly important meetings that are taking place, but of course it's in that context that we have seen things unfold in the Congress Working Committee today.
All right, and what are we likely to see happen now? What do you foresee happen in the next few hours?
Well, sorry, that was your last question, and so what's going to happen is very simple. As soon as speakers finish, we will see how, and depending on the course of the discussion, because they're hoping Mrs. Gandhi will not stick to that position, that she'll remain the interim Congress president till an AICC session is called, and Rahul Gandhi, as we've seen from Mr. Randeep Surjewala to Jitendra Singh and to all the Rahul Gandhi loyalists who are there in that Congress working committee, because this is a nominated working committee, and unless, of course, they decide to have elections. Some close confidants of the Congress, Sonia Gandhi, are quite clear that there must be elections, and until that interim Congress president remains there within the present electoral college. If you want to have a new electoral college, it will take 6 to 7 months, and that's a long process of time. So what I do expect is that there will definitely be elections, but it will take place in the next 2 months or so. There will be a strict timeline, and hopefully the path for the Congress party to go ahead and hopefully try to revive based on those letters that have been written and within the party a good democratic exercise to address concerns and issues.